for this first problem, we're going to use the rule law of product, which is that when you have two exponents multiplied together, the result is the same base and the exponents added together. So let's just look at what our base is in our problem. It's x. So first step is you want to write your base. And then the second step is to add up the exponents together. So for this first term, it's assumed that the exponent is 1. So what we can do is add our exponents together. So 1 plus 3 plus 4. And this gives us our final answer, which is x to the power of 8. So for the next problem, we're going to use the following rule, which is the law of a power, which is that when you have an exponent to the power of another number, the resulting answer is the same base and with the exponents multiplied together. And so first, let's just look at what the base is in our problem. It's 25. So we're going to start by just writing out our base. And then what we want to do is take the exponents and multiply them together. So in this case, we're going to do 2 times 10. And what we will get is 25 to the power of 20. And that there is our final answer. For the next problem, we're going to use the law of quotient, which is that when you have the division of two exponents, the result is the same base with the exponents subtracted from one another. So let's start by identifying our base, which in our problem is 10. So first we're going to write out our base. Then we're going to apply the law of quotients, and we're going to subtract our exponents from each other. So 6 minus 2. So what we get is 10 to the power of 4. So for this problem, we're going to apply the rule of law of power of a product, which is that when you have two values multiplied inside of a parentheses and then powered to a value, the answer is that you distribute the power to both terms separately. And so let's start with our problem and identify what our A term is and what our B term is. So our A term is 9 and our B term is x cubed. And what we want to do is distribute the power to both terms separately. So what we will do is write out our answer like this. We will write 9 to the power of 2, x cubed to the power of 2. And what this is 81 times x, and then when we have an exponent to the power of something, we learned in the previous problem that we multiply those together. And so what we have is 81 x to the power of 6. So for this problem, we're going to apply the law of zero exponent, which is that whenever you have a base to the power of an exponent of 0, the result is just 1. And so let's identify what our base is. In our problem, it's just x. So what we're going to do is first, the 10 is unaffected. That's not part of the exponent. But now we see x is to the power of 0. So what that will give us is just 1. So our final answer is just 10. So for our last problem, we're going to apply the law of negative exponent, which is that when you have a base to the power of a negative exponent, it's rewritten like this, 1 divided by the positive version of the exponent. And so for our problem, let's first just start with the numerator. So 5 to the power of negative 3 will be rewritten as 1 over 5 to the third. And then our 7 to the negative 2 is going to be rewritten as 7 to the power of 2. So then when we combine these together, we will get 7 to the power of 2 divided by 5 to the power of 3. You might be wondering, oh, why are we not combining our exponents? The reason is that these two have different bases. One base is 7 and one base is 5, so we do not combine them together. And that is our final answer.